Hey guys, it's Paradise, and what if I told you in Delta Force there was an amazing farming loadout that makes use of a pistol that's actually really powerful and can beat people even when they're using their best rifles, meaning you can loot extra stuff and take 2 weapons with you to sell. That's right, this pistol is incredibly strong. You just need to use some purple ammo and it will dominate players in around 2 bursts because it is a burst fire pistol, and this is one of the ultimate ways to farm in Delta Force, no matter the map, as long as you can get in with the entry requirement based on what armor and stuff you're bringing. But this pistol is by far one of my favorite main weapons in the game and is so effective at making money. We jump into it here. I'll just go into my loadout. We'll go over everything and I'll give you the quick version first if you just want to take it and run and get farming. For your gear and stuff like that, bring whatever you want depending on the entry for the level that you're going in. All blue stuff will work for normal mode 0 dam. You may need to bring some purple stuff if you want to start going into Brakesh or even into Space City. Obviously bring some meds. Now my ammo loadout is like this. I like a stack of purple 9x19 PBP. Put this in your safe box because that way if you do get unfortunate and die, at least you keep your stack of purple. And then in your pockets, I would bring a stack of blue and around half a stack of purple. This way, you can quickly load in that purple stack without having to pull it out of your safe box. And in the middle of a fight or after a fight, if you need to get more purple, you of course have it in your safe box ready. But this way, you have a mag of purple, which is enough to kill a couple players, and a mag of blue, which is enough to take out some of those AI around the map. Now, for the actual weapon, we're using the 93R. If I go to the gunsmith menu here, you can see all of the attachments. This is the quick version to take it and run. We have the SMG Echo Suppressor. For the barrel, we have the 93R ultra long barrel. For the actual sight, this is actually up to your preference, so take whichever sight you want. I prefer the red dot sight, the combat red dot sight, but pick the one you like. You can take a flashlight if you want to. I've personally found that they don't add a lot for the amount that they give you away in combat. If people see your flashlight and you forget to turn it off, it can give away your position and get you killed, but take a flashlight if you like playing with one. For the rear grip, we're going with the wooden stable rear grip, and then finally, of course, we want that 24 extended magazine. That's going to make a big difference because 24 is going to allow you to shoot a lot more bursts at players, and you can wipe a whole squad with just a mag to 2 mags if you are precise with your hits. Now, we will go over why these attachments are good and why we're bringing them, but again, just to reiterate, this is a farming loadout for taking out other players or things like bosses on the map. Because we're not taking a primary weapon, you have both of these primary weapon slots. That means when you defeat players, you wipe a squad, you can take 2 of their weapons instead of just 1, and then of course you have your backpack, so if you bring some purple backpacks or some bigger backpacks, you can stuff extra weapons in there, and you can essentially loot up to 4 player weapons if you put them in your backpack and in your primary and secondary slot, because our pistol is doing all of the work for us. It's actually kind of nuts. Like, people will think taking in guns is good, but taking in a pistol, because they're so strong, you won't believe how strong this actual pistol is against other players. Just lets you yoink all of the guns and make some absolute bank in this game, so you can get those meaty black sight upgrades because they do get expensive. So a really good thing to note is that after you've run a mission with this loadout, this sort of farming pistol run, you can click the loadout button on any of the maps and then click the loadout button here down at the bottom below. By clicking this, you can actually see your previous run and easily and instantly basically reapply this and buy it, and even save it with the save loadout button and save it to one of these slots. And you can see here you get 4 slots to save a loadout, and this means it will permanently be there, so you can instantly click it and instantly buy the entire loadout with 1 button click. So depending on what armor and vest you have, the loadout will cost around 300 to 350k, which is pretty good considering you're going to be going against players that are taking in 500k plus runs when they actually run a rifle. So you're going in spending less money, but you're just as lethal, if not more, because you're also very mobile with a pistol, and you didn't take in a rifle, so you can take 2 rifles out as well as the space in your backpack, meaning you can capitalize with more money per run. Alright, so here is the base 93R, and this is the reason we're taking these particular attachments, because it really does juice the weapon up and make it into the monster that it is. I will say, if you want to just take the 93R base or with some cheaper attachments, I'm not going to recommend it. It's not going to do as much work, and you'll see why as we go through each one and how it affects the stats of the weapon. The total loadout, including everything, is around 300k. That's including your armor, vest, and all that kind of stuff. So In my opinion, that is a cheap loadout. If you're a brand new player, that might sound expensive, but believe me, people are taking in multi-million loadouts with scars and purple ammo, M7s, VSSs, and stuff like that. So this is actually really cheap, and this is why it's a farming loadout. So you'll see here for the SMG Echo Suppressor, the reason we're taking this is it's adding range to the weapon. It's obviously suppressing the shots, which is nice, but it's more so about giving us that extra range so we can snipe people from further away with it, and it juices up our control. And control and stability are two of the most important stats for firing a weapon accurately. Handling and accuracy are more about hip fire, whereas control and stability is more about aimed fire. And when you aim this and shoot a burst at someone, they get obliterated, especially if you land headshots. And remember, purple ammo is piercing most armor types unless the enemy's taking orange or something like that, in which case they are a multi-million player, and you're going to have to outsmart them with some headshots. So yeah, the range and control here is absolutely fantastic. So the range is the main reason, but that is why we're taking that suppressor. Now for the actual barrel, this long shot, ultra long barrel here, you can see once again it's adding even more range, even more control, even more stability. We're not too worried about the accuracy and handling because the hip fire of the pistol is still decent anyway, whereas the actual recoil and continuous precise shots with the burst is what you want. And of course that range, allowing you to go head-to-head with a rifle player and take them out, because we've now got 35-meter range on a pistol. So that's why we want these two together, adding tons and tons of range. Again, for the actual optic, it's totally up to you, whichever's your preference. I like the combat red dot. Not too much of a difference really between them per se. Of course, we need that 24-round magazine. That just allows you to keep up the fire without having to reload every couple bursts. 24 shots is a lot of shots for a pistol like this, and it only takes 2 to 3 bursts depending on where you hit and what armor the enemy has to kill them. So it's very ammo efficient. And for the actual grip, I prefer the wooden grip here because it gives more control and more stability. So with all of these attachments together, we have juiced this weapon as far as we can for range, control, and stability. And again, when we go back to our loadout here, you can see when we have this purple ammo, it absolutely shreds people. It's got that medium armor penetration. Again, it's a burst fire weapon, so every click you're firing 3 of these into a player, it will pierce their vest. If you get a headshot, they're just straight up dead. And arm and leg hits will also do around 17, 18 damage. So a couple bursts to the arm and the leg is also going to just take people out. I've been having a blast with this. This is how I've been farming my money to sink everything into the black site, upgrade everything, and do some very expensive Space City runs. So if you want to do some farming, this is what I recommend. A little dubious to share it because I don't want people using it against me out in the field, but I'm telling you, this pistol is so good. It's crazy. Quick tip is you can see here I've got the blue ammo. I like to put the blue ammo in when I load into the match because there's going to be a few bots around normally. And when you see a player, you want to switch over to the purple ammo. So hold down R to reload. You'll get your ammo wheel and click on the purple, or just right click in your bag, unload the ammo, and then drag the purple in. You know, there's different ways to do it. There's faster ways to do it depending on how experienced you are. But put that purple in when you're fighting players and use that blue on enemy AI. Once again, take the actual helmet, the armor, the vest, and that you have available to you. You could run all blue stuff if you're doing normal Zero Dam. You could run all purple stuff, maybe a gold thing if you're running Space City or Brakesh. It's totally up to you, but the weapon is the main focus here. Keep as much slots open for yoinking gear as you can. And remember, you got those 2 slots to take weapons off of players. So that is our farming loadout, making use of this pistol that I've been having an absolute blast with. I really hope it helps you guys out. And if you guys have any extra tips, tricks, or loadouts for farming, do share it down below, and we will have more helpful loadouts and locations and stuff like that in Delta Force coming your way soon, so make sure you're subscribed down below. Here at Arix Gaming, we're 2 friends who love to play games. You have me, Paradise, as well as 2-6.
Our goal is to keep the videos as concise as possible by cutting out any of the fluff and focusing on what really matters with high quality videos.
So make sure you're subscribed down below for more videos on your favorite games coming very, very soon.